I want you to think of a time when maybe you were interacting with somebody who you felt was difficult. As you're sitting there and you're talking to them, maybe getting into an argument, maybe the tensions are starting to rise. You can feel your palms starting to sweat. You can feel your breath starting to get shorter. You can feel yourself getting angry. And at some point in time in that conversation, you decide, I've had enough of this. It's time for me to walk away. You walk out. You get about 5 steps this way and it hits you and you're like, oh, I should have said this. I would have totally got them. That is a product of our brains. When we meet somebody, maybe for the first time, and we shake their hands, we say, hello, how are you? My name's Jay, nice to meet you. And something in the back of your mind is already hitting you and going, I'm not gonna like this person. Well, if you've experienced that, trust me, you're not alone. When we deal with difficult people, ultimately what we're doing is trying to get past that response. It's a natural response that we have. In fact, it's an important response. It is the response that stress comes into the body. So we see things like adrenaline, norepinephrine, cortisol flood the system when we're engaged with those difficult people. We're in a heightened state of anxiety during that, and our other systems start to shut down. We don't think rationally. Our metabolism slows. We can even get acne from having too much stress hormones put into the body. Is that a way that we want to live our lives?
Now, it's easy to deal with pleasant, positive, cheerful people. It's when you have to deal with difficult people that you really demonstrate the quality of your personality and your ability to function well in a competitive society. So how do you deal with difficult people? People who have problems, people who are angry, people who are frustrated, people who attack you. Worst of all, people who do not mean you any good and want to take advantage of you. The starting point is very simple. It's take a deep breath and be patient. Calm down, go slow. Don't let other people's negativity or anger or frustration affect you. Step back in your own mind mentally and just smile. You know, there's an old saying, if you can't say something nice, don't talk at all, is my advice. Sometimes the very best thing you can do in dealing with difficult people is just to be dead silent. Don't feed the fire by arguing or getting involved. When you're dealing with a difficult person, just stop the clock like a timeout, just smile and don't say anything. And then when you do say something, remember one of the great communication tools is this, is the person who asks questions has control. The way that you can take control of any negative situation is not trying to win, but simply by asking questions. Say, you know, why do you say that? Or why do you feel that way? Or that's an interesting point of view. How did you come to that point of view? Or how would we know that what you say is true? I mean, is there any proof or validity? Instead of attacking, simply ask questions. And it's sort of like the matador backs away from the bull. As you keep backing away from the bull, you cape the difficult person by simply asking questions and being genuinely curious about what he or she is thinking and feeling and why they are behaving the way they are.
Why should we have to do this? Why should we be the people that has to change our behavior to deal with difficult people? Ultimately, because it's your heart attack, and someone else's bad behavior should not be the cause of your heart attack.